Alright, hello everybody, this is Demon coming back for another round of FF. So, as we clearly are, we're still in the end, but don't worry, we're more than determined to be able to get this done today. So, doing another round of the MSQ. So, let's run back over to High Crucible over in Thavnia, and as many of you could probably clearly see, I've been doing PvP for a bit. I learned about the determined emo, and I was like, I'm gonna be getting that. So I went all out and started playing it. So far, I really can say I like crystalline conflict. It actually is kind of fun. I just been playing casual though. I was enjoying it really much at first, because I was winning. I lost a couple times, but then I started getting more and more competitive, and it was right when I sat there and said, I'm never taking this stuff seriously. That's when I started taking it seriously and got pissy. So I got to what I wanted and was happy. This is much about the Void Gate that I can't even begin to explain. I must convince Vitra to share everything he knows. You're never going to convince him. Vitra speaks of Ascians is a lost cause by which he feels differently in the heart of hearts. It was a most enjoyable expedition for which I am grateful. As for my evaluation, I shall principle in the law perits that a treasure vault is incomplete without daunting sentinels to test the mettle of any would-be intruders. But I'm loath to keep Corral waiting much longer, and I'll bring myself to leave before hearing more of Vitra's tale. Also, small chance this could occur. I have my window open. If it starts getting really loud outside, I'll probably take a second to go do that. So let's get to it. Let's go talk to Varshan. Okay, so it is. Promise we will discuss Void Gate further, but first I must attend to the matter of the Vault's Sentinels. As your instruments have no doubt informed you, the Kapakulu has been reduced to so much scrap. Please bring a new one out of storage to see that it's conveyed to the post, along with some few lesser constructs. Was it Tomb Raiders? Fiends born of the Tower of Zod by the Sisters? Do not tell me a blasphemy yet roams free. I am, Just a... We didn't do it. Why such guilty faces? Surely it isn't you who are responsible for this. Oh. Well, the details aren't important. I shall see it done immediately. And with that, the vault will soon be more secure once more. Now, I believe you had questions. Quite a few, in fact, but I'd like to begin with the gate itself. It is still functional, yes? Indeed, which is why I saw it sealed with alchemically forged lock and warded with magics. Such power must not fall into the wrong hands. True, the primary reason for the vault's construction was to keep the gate hidden from the outside world. So much effort for such a little door. A little door you speak of leads to an abyss teeming with unspeakable horrors. I said it in Scourge it would only admit the lowliest of void sent, and from this side no man would be able to pass through. No man, I shall think Alphno would fit given a firm enough push. Physical size is only one consideration. The true restriction hinges upon the etheric density of the soul in transit. You succeed in expanding this diminutive portal and sending your simulacrum to the 13th. Thanks to my brilliant alchemist, I should have destroyed the anomaly when I found it, but instead I bade them devise a means to control it. After much experimentation, they accomplished the impossible, a method was created by which magics could manipulate the fissure and transform it into a serviceable gate. The process has long since been forgotten. Once I had given up searching for Eorzea, there was no need to preserve such hysteric and dangerous knowledge. Thus, the gate has lain dormant for years uncounted. Our own passage to 13 was made relatively simple thanks to the Crystal Tower. An ancient mechanism channeled the tower's vast stores of energy to open a void gate, one bound to a covenant made with the Cloud of Darkness. Once that sovereign entity was beaten back, however, the covenant was broken and the doorway severed from its connection to the void. Theoretically, it should be possible to reconnect the gate by forging a new pact with another void sent, but such deals usually end in betrayal and death. In any case, we should attempt to regain an understanding of the Bounty Gate. Mayhap you could resume the search for your sister. As I have already explained, I put those futile hopes to rest centuries ago. My place and my duty is here now. I'd meant to ask, what prompted you to search for the vault in the first place? I see the legends were true. It was all Estinian's idea. I'm not gonna do that to Estinian. As you have seen, the fabulous wealth from the stories is quite real, if not its rumored origin, but I'm afraid I must assert a prior claim. I've been adding to that trove for years, little by little, but the time has come to spend it, that I might alleviate my people's suffering. Then we are of one mind. We had no intention of taking it for ourselves. Isn't that right, my friend? Your Excellency, wouldn't you object if I were to conduct a close examination of the gate? I may make no attempt to open it, of course. Don't do it. Don't do it. I owe you and your debt, and yours a debt that can never be repaid. Whatever boon you ask of me, you shall have it. Oh, you are most gracious. I shall take full advantage of your permission. Oh, God. Would that I could join thee in thy study, but the law courts will be anxious to receive my report. I beg my leave of you. And I must be off to Charlene as well. Mr. Cryle was eager to speak with you about that request, so please, come back to the annex as soon as you are able. Farewell for now. Discuss my finding once I return. You'll not be rid of me so easily. You may now undertake the chronicles of a new era quest series, Myth of the Realm. Speak with fresh face soon about this first quest. Hope you enjoyed the expedition at least, otherwise it was a heavy purse to pay for the treasure map leading to a treasure we couldn't keep. The Quote is all that we've deciding how to best put these riches to use. Will you lend me assistance in each deliberations? Of course. Thank you, Hydaelyn. I now in this together, I will follow her example. Poggers. Meanwhile, elsewhere. Huh, that's the void. Cool. Kind of poggers. I sensed the breaching of a gate, but was not instigated from this side. 'Twas thrown open from the other. I too felt it, a rare occurrence, yes, but such a tiny portal was beneath our notice. There are more pressing matters at hand. Opportunity is upon us, coming of which we have awaited for nigh on 10,000 years. We dare not let it slip our grasp. Yet we must not underestimate she who bears the cloud of darkness. Even restrained by a covenant, the cloud was no feeble wisp, but dispersed by some flesh and blood mortal. But I let her come. I will drown the world and watch this fleshling grasp for breath in her final moments. I'll dab on you. Yeah, zeal is admirable, but forget not our cause. Think back on our struggles beneath the sunless sky. Remember why we cede not our will to fight. It's time we set the war in motion and win redemption for our star. Misa gonna die. I hope you enjoyed the expedition, Lise. Otherwise, it was a heavy purse. Okay, you already said that. Food? What the hell? I want dessert now. I'm gonna do the ice cream. Shall we begin? If we are to spend treasure wisely, then we must first determine which groups would benefit most from the momentary assistance. Some of my citizens may find it intimidating to speak with a satrap directly, so I would ask that you act in my stead. I need to visit Akalai and Yelomad, speak with Matsia and his people and listen to the grievances. Istinian, I bid you take the same in Palakistan. I would be conducting my own careers at the Giant Skull grounds. Once you believe you have ascertained the needs of the populace, we can reconvene at Magaduta. My ability to create English verbiage is possibly horrendous. The fact that I'm willing to say things in that type of matter kind of tells you where my mental state is at. Between tired and trying to sound entertaining. Both are a losing feat. Time to go back, time to go over here. Look at my guy. I get that little fly. This thing is so goddamn weird to be in. It's actually really weird because it actually shrinks your character, which is also somewhat, like, disturbing. It's like you get shrunk and then you get big. See, now I'm big. Oh, I was glad to see that you returned unharmed. You finished with the boat then. Yes? Anything the village desperately needs? Well, I suppose Khalzal's laws hit us the hardest. I've been trying to find buyers for my fish, but I sell a few here and there is so much more difficult than it was before. Everyone's still struggling to rebuild their lives. For now, we're just banding together as best we can. Now I fly back the way I come. Whee! Look, a fisherman. Wait, is that the one girl that gets... I must overcome this. That's the one girl that gets scared from these things. Couldn't take care of the monsters, have you? About damn time. We're fine when we're out here on the water, of course, but even a fisher needs to walk on land every now and again. Trails grow more perilous by the day. And that thing just did. Knights don't need your help with that. I ain't speaking with Asadora. You're still challenging for me. Oh. I didn't mean to do that. That's part of that side mission crap. I actually have that on hold for now. I just seen that thing. Was like, oh wow, it's right here. I'll have to do that. I guess me skipping that actually didn't bother me. Also, I'm discovering slowly more and more that there's something wrong with my left clicker. The left click does not like to work sometimes. Well, actually, it gets a little overzealous. It clicks too much. Greetings and welcome, traveler. If this is your first visit to Thavnia, then you must try my special Amra Lasse. Its refreshing sense cannot be beaten. Well, it could be such a wonder cost, you wonder. Normally I part with these 3 bottles for generous worth 19,800 gil, but for you I'm willing to go as low as even 10,000. You'd be practically stealing from me. You're stealing from me. I am not a Stinian. Still not turning a profit these days? Stinian, who is it? Akka. You're the one who was with a spear-toting fellow. Well, you cannot hardly blame a man for trying. The world may no longer be on fire, but we're still sifting through the ashes, so to speak. Sisters, spare me. We might as well have that ugly tower back for the scant few travelers we get these days. I myself barely have the coin to buy at local prices. I tell you, if I didn't charge the odd adventurer a small fortune for afternoon tea, I'd be scavenging for scraps in the street. What's wrong, bud? Alphere's the port? Well, it's in shambles, isn't it? The trade routes are open once more now that the danger is past, certainly, but no small number of merchants have had to sell their ships to make ends meet in the short term. Add to that the sailors we lost in the final days, and it's little wonder the flow of exports is no more than a pitiful trickle. If Khalzahl and his consortium were still with us, I'm sure you'd found a way to turn our fortunes around. Now that was a man who got things done, God rest his soul. Spoke with key local figures and gained an understanding of the populace hardships. Fashan awaits your report at Magaduta. I repeat, we go back to Ratahan, we go do things, we have fun. Also, I've slowly come to realize as well. I don't know where I'm going on that tangent, not gonna lie. I love this music. It's Pog. Oh, God. I get to run upstairs. Oh, I remember it. I was like, I still like having the green color for this. It makes it look really cool. I highly recommend it if you want to just like sift through and still use like wait what? I saw that. What the hell? Look at my arm. The armor melts through my arm on the left one. It kind of reminds me of Fallout when you get a Pip-Boy. Actually, no, I can't say that. The base game for that is okay. It's when you try to get some of the mods to work, that's when it becomes a broken mess. Because a lot of it just doesn't configure correctly, and I don't know why. Kind of funny. Oh, that's probably my own damn fault for why half the time it don't work. I didn't realize you had to do certain things to get it to work. And I learned that when playing Skyrim. I don't think we ever been up here for a while. It's the last time we were up here. I think we just got to Rotzon. God, that was ages ago. It certainly feels like it. I don't say my sin on Vitra's back did not go unnoticed. It couldn't take 2 steps before Thavnir mistaken me profusely for saving their home. I mean... my visor's return. I've just made it back myself. Why do you retain this vessel now that your true form is known? You could have flown across the island in a fraction of the time. Because a giant flying dragon would be awful. Be as it may, the sight of massive creatures descending from the sky can be startling to say the least, and there are a few places I can enter comfortably without risking flattening some caught in a stall. That's funny. Fair enough. As for my inquiries, the people of Palestine were unanimous in their reply. They are surviving. Resources were stretched to the limit when refugees were pouring in, but they persevered with some assistance from the Yeti-mod. From what I understand, they have always been an independent community, hunters and foragers and the like, and I was assured that the jungle provides for their needs for the most part. Palestine has weathered the disaster better than most, it seems, surprisingly enough. I myself heard good news and bad. Quiet men were cautiously optimistic, having just sold a full wagon of giant's gall to a foreign trader. But such visitors are few and far between. Compared to our best years, the weight of stone leaving Thavnir has been light indeed. Our nation is small and isolated, its prosperity dependent on a steady stream of exports. We must identify obstacles to the flow of trade so we can begin working to remove them. Tell me, what did you learn in Akalai and Yadamad? Well, they're suffering from sailors. I see. Without a dedicated buyer, the average fisherman must struggle to offload his daily catch. Which is why I believe we should first address the lack of ships and shortage of able-bodied sailors in Yadamad. I am reminded of a child I spied as I was making my way back to Palace. His father lost at sea when the beast sunk their vessel. So many variations of the same tragic tale repeated over and over, so many lives lost. Enough grief to drown in if we let ourselves be overcome, but we will not. Hydaelyn and Stedine, consider the perspectives you brought me and devise a plan to help my people confront this adversity. Come, I would like you to be in attendance when I announce the proposal to my assembled functionaries. Functionaries. Oh, please say I don't have to move. I can just sit there and keep doing what I'm doing. Thank you, God. I'm assuming this will have voice acting.
I thank you for your attendance.
Yep. One moment. Okay, never mind. Thought I was going to hear a bunch of noise. Didn't get as much noise as I was thinking I would.
The riches the Radiant Host have retrieved were hoarded in Eorzea name. A fortune I set aside for a future day of need. And lo, that day hath come. May it aid our wounded city in reclaiming its vibrancy and vigor. In better times, I would leave such a task to our capable Ahawan. God's rest his soul. Finding myself bereft of his counsel in the here and now, I will assume the responsibilities of mine office directly. Firstly, the treasure shall be sold for convenient currency. Thence, invested into the trading port of Yedlaman. Our merchants must have their operations restored, their ships rebuilt. Commerce must flow once more. None were spared the tragedy of the final days. Of this, I am well aware. But an absence was created by the loss of Khalzal's consortium. And by filling it, we provide new means for our fishermen, our artisans, and others to bring their wares to distant markets.
And what of the children who were left without family to care for them?
That is a concern which weigheth heavily upon my mind. The simple gift of coin will soon be exhausted, leaving these young souls adrift on the fringes of our society. Nay, a proper solution is needed, one which doth guarantee their welfare for years to come. Thou hast surely seen how other nations rise to meet this challenge, adventurer. What dost thou deem the wisest course?
Taxes. Levy them on trade profits in exchange for your investment. It takes a village. The Firmament Orphanage was built as part of a communal restoration effort. Taxes? Did the firmament, now I can use that.
Of course, the revival of trade can contribute to the building of a new institution. Let us put this idea into practice. A contract shall be written, requiring all who receive of Eorzea's treasure to commit a portion of their future earnings towards the running of an orphanage.
Pog?
Now, such an influential policy is deserving of a worthy name.
So I think Khalzahl seems appropriate. Why not honor one of your most successful merchants?
A fitting candidate. Khalzahl should be remembered, not as the blasphemy which terrorized Thavne, but as a hard-working and generous man who brought much wealth to our shores. Do any among you object to this proposition? Many here lost loved ones to the beasts.
In that time of strife, any one of us could have broken. Any one of us may have been taken by despair. When I think of Khalzahl, I feel no hatred. Only a stinging regret that we could not save him as well. Isn't that right, men?
This bodes well for that boy. Murad, was it? Perhaps he can cut ties with that shady peddler.
Pog.
Then let it be done. Henceforth, this initiative shall be known as the Khalzahl Foundation. Nabdeen, thou art to assemble a patrol and ensure that no child in this city liveth in squalor. Clerks, see to the management of our funds and make haste. Our citizens must not suffer a day more than is necessary.
Dragon and man, side by side in pursuit of a brighter morrow. Reminded of Ishgard.
Pog. Amazing stuff. I did not think something with the firmament would actually be used in this. Ah, Vitra is warming to his role satrap. Clay all those years behind the cover not spent napping. Thank you for putting forth Khalzal's name. Those whose lives he enriched will take comfort in seeing his legacy honored. You'll forgive me not for not speaking sooner, but I bear a message from Archon Yustola. She asked that you meet her at the High Crucible at your earliest convenience. Understood, thank you. Shola must have finished her study of the Void Gate. Shall we hear what she has to say then? I will go with you. Thought Satrap would be too busy setting up the foundation. My clerics have the well-oiled cause of this administration since before Ahawan assumed the office. They understand what needs to be done. I'm curious to learn what conclusions your Archon have reached concerning the gate's unique construction. As you wish, allow me to lead the way, Your Excellency. Okay. Not gonna lie, I read that at first. I thought, does it say Gandalf the Grey? That's the first thing that came to my mind. I don't know why. That's the only other character I'd ever try to make if I was gonna make an old. I'd make an old-looking person and call him Gandalf and play play like a black mage or something. That'd be Pog. I don't care what anybody says. That's the fun stuff. Gotta love being an LOTR fan. Lord of the Rings, classic. I hope that TV series Amazon makes doesn't turn into utter garbage. I swear to God, they mess my Lord of the Rings up. I might flip out on. So I might get rid of my Prime. That's almost Prime removal worthy. At least in my eyes, it is. I'll give them a chance. I mean, I'm gonna sit there and go, okay, let's see what you did. Don't mess up. Then they mess up. I'm just gonna go, yep, you just was coming. Keep all the politics out. Give me Lord of the Rings. You have a multi-billion-dollar franchise to work with. Literally, in my opinion, a multi-billion-dollar franchise. Don't mess it up. Shall we hear what the scholarly comrade has to say? For the one who claims it is too late to save his sister, Vitra seems awfully interested in what revelations your solar should come to share. Of course, he wants to know. I think this is another voice acting one.
Right, here we all are.
Pog.
You discovered something new.
I took a closer look at that device. I was able to determine how it keeps the Void Gate sealed, but not how it might instead be employed to expand the opening. For that, I would need to reference the technique developed by Vitra's alchemists, no records of which appear to have survived the intervening years.
We know this, so why have you sent for us? Have you learned aught of value or not?
Patience, good sir. One must introduce the subject before launching into specifics. From what we understand, travel between worlds is accomplished by passing through the nebulous rift which exists between them. Picture, if you will, the moment you were called to the first. You touched a focus of some kind to help the Exarch pinpoint your location. His summoning spell then channeled the energies of the Crystal Tower to begin your journey to his world. The magics tore a hole in the wall separating source and shard, and cast you into the intervening nothingness. In that place, the laws of nature hold no sway. Yet even through this realm of temporal and spatial instability, you were borne safely to your destination in the first. The feat that guided you across such an unimaginable distance, both physical and metaphorical, was nothing short of a miracle.
Then what of the many Voidsent found in the source? Who guides them here, and how?
An excellent question. Though there are several methods by which the Void's denizens might intrude upon our world, the rituals of summoning are the most typical. For example, let us consider the Gargoyle, a creature of middling power. To call upon such an entity, the prospective summoner must force open a void gate. The portal lasts but a moment and is relatively small, allowing only an imp or other lesser being to squeeze through with their physical body intact. Our more powerful gargoyle, however, is too large for that. Creating a gate big enough for him would require vast amounts of energy, far beyond the reserves of any one mortal practitioner. Instead, 'tis far more common to bring over only the entity's soul. We had a taste of that ourselves when a certain exarch dragged us to the first. And just as our bodies remained in our world, the Void Sense physical form is left behind in the 13th.
That creepy.
Once at its destination, the summoned soul is granted a temporary shell to inhabit. In the gargoyle's case, a stone effigy has proven a suitable vessel.
Wait. You said that Voidsent must be called here deliberately by someone in the source, reeled in like a fisherman with his catch.
Exactly. For a being to navigate the chaos of the rift, with or without form, there must needs be a guiding agent on the other side.
When the hordes poured forth from Alag's Great Gate, it was the technologists who drew them through. Though to my knowledge, planar fissures are in essence natural passages between our world and the void, which require no such guidance to traverse. Why is only the boundary between the source and the 13th so fragile? So much so that it often tears open of its own accord.
I believe solving that mystery is key to understanding travel between the source and its reflections.
And how do you intend to get your answers?
No, the danger is too great.
Perhaps, but what some call danger, others think of as adventure.
Oh god. What are you gonna make me do?
Were you not listening to my tale? Never mind that the means to expand the gate has been lost to the ages. Even could you force the portal wide enough, you would be greeted by an army of murderous horrors the very instant you step through.
Challenge accepted?
I assure you I was most attentive, and I agree that to go alone would be certain death. But if I were to bring along one who has already braved the 13th and humbled the cloud of darkness, well, I imagine my chances would be much improved.
So much for taking it easy? No, hell no, to count me in.
I had a feeling you might say that. Once again, I put my life in your ever-reliable hands. That said, as much as I would like to march straight back to the Void Gate, there is the small matter of being unable to open it without the Satrap's personal authority.
As I've said before, I will grant you and yours any boon you choose to name, provided it does not endanger my people.
You have my word that we will take every precaution. Not a single void scent will be allowed to threaten Radzatan. assuming we managed to expand the portal in the first place.
You have a plan.
Actually, I had hoped you might help us with that. I presume the alchemists you retained supplied you with some explanation of their methodology.
That they did. House Daemir was overseeing the project.
Daemir. Ah, yes. The family associated with the great work.
I did not fully comprehend the theory, but their research began with a void scent which had slipped through the fissure. After a thorough examination, they created an arcane simulacrum possessed of similar qualities. A man-made void scent, if you will. It was apparently indispensable in their efforts to enlarge the gate.
A man-made void scent?
Yes. Being great admirers of the Archons, House Daemir submitted detailed notes to Charlene's official committee. They expected praise and accolades for their simulacrum, and were thus devastated to be informed that their work had been classified as prohibited material.
If that's true, then those notes might still be stored in a forbidden archive somewhere. Not Google, of course, since that library had yet to be built. Which leaves us with...
With Graha's favorite place to... With what? With Graha's favorite place to sneak around? With just... Graha's favorite place to sneak around?
Indeed. Numenon's restricted stacks may very well hold a copy. In which case, I say we head directly to Charlean.
Unless you anticipate needing help to reach the high shelves, I see myself being of little use. Go on ahead. I still need to find Mirage and tell him about the Khalzahl Foundation.
Let us be on our way as well.
They are resolved to venture into the void. Do I sit idly by?
Vitra is really unsure of what to do. He wants to go get his sister, but can't make the... doesn't know if he wants to make the final jump to it. Don't worry, Vish. If we find him, we will bring her back. On the other hand, she'll probably save our ass. I could see it. But nonetheless, we have to head back to end because I have to end the episode. Because you know why? Because we well over 30 minutes. We have 45 almost. Let's go talk to the innkeeper. Hi, friend. Alrighty. But with that, unfortunately, we do have to end the episode at some point. So I'm ending it here. I think I've said it before. I think I'll say it again. Cannot stress enough. Also, I have a dwarf rabbit now. Look, I got rid of Kiko. I forgot about that. I got a bunny. Alright, bunny. Oh god. Oh, I hate burping too much. It despises me. But nonetheless, I'm still very interested by this. I like the idea we're finally getting more and more into the 13th. I honestly thought this was going to be Endwalker to a certain extent. I thought they definitely were going to go further into the 13th. I really do like the fact that we're getting into it more so into 6.1. And I'm kind of curious because I don't know how many more missions I actually have before it's officially completed. So I'm really curious on how it's really going to go into. Like, is this going to be a 6.2 patch that continues to the story of Void Scent? And we'll do from 6.1 to 6. I think what was it? 6.4 is where I think the last one got to. I think we had a 5.4 patch, if I remember correctly. We might even had more than that. So, I'm really curious on how much further into this the Void Sense story is going to take place. I am enjoying it. I do like the Void Sense stuff because it's always been something that's kind of intrigued me because it's kind of like that's the evil side of stuff. We never really truly got that chance to fully explore the idea behind it due to just the what's the word I'm looking for? Emmett and the Ascians, because they did sit there and say it was their fault for what happened to the 13th. So it's like, what else is going on there? It does have me intrigued a lot. I really want to see where it goes. Curious whether we'll find Vitra's sister, whether or not maybe she has fallen and is going to be something we have to fight there. Whether Vitra's going to have any connection to her. I do like the fact they're going to be reusing the the talismans. It seems like. I am intrigued. I want to see where this goes. So with that, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. We come back, everybody, more Final Fantasy XIV, continue on with the MSQ. Hopefully at some point I can go play Mass Effect 2. I was going to do that today, but I might save it for... I just might do MSQ for a while. And I don't even know when officially I'm coming back to YouTube, so... Time to wait and see. So, see you guys next time. Thanks.